Previously on the Alex Show.
Marco, really good seeing you again, buddy. Excited to connect again and to really just kind of teach our fans how you went from the CFO executive role all the way into cash flow and rental properties.
What I don't like about condos and townhomes is the HOAs, the fees. You're not in control. I own one. I used to own several, but I sold them. I have one left. I mean, you're not in control, but also, let's say the home is not rented and it takes you a month or two to find a tenant. You still pay that HOA. It still hits your cash flow. I mean, when I started, you could still go on Zillow and find a foreclosure at a 30% discount on Zillow. I mean, those days are over. I would have to say property managers even more challenging. There's so many property managers, but I have fired more property managers over the years than, I mean, percentage-wise, 90% of my property managers at one point I fired them. I think that's for me is the biggest challenge.
On the acquisition side, I know you bought properties from us. There was one in Mississippi, right? So what attracted you to this? It was, it was a state that you liked. It was a long-term lease, but what else attracted you to a lease back?
It's an area I know I own. I don't recommend buying anywhere in Mississippi. There's actually a stretch of 20 miles long, 10 miles high. That's one stretch. And there's like two cities on each side, and there's 2-3 cities in between. That's my whole buy box. I don't buy, and actually 10 is even too far. It's probably 5 miles and 20. I don't only buy in that box. I don't buy anywhere else. And that was in that box. So I know that market very well. I have really good contractors there. I know the rent. I could buy the property from you guys. What I expect to put in terms of renovations, I think I'm still going to be cash flowing very good. It's a little bit outside of my buy box because it's a little bit older. I used to buy only like homes in the 90s and up, but to be honest, you have to change a little bit with the market. So it's just really hard to cash flow on these newer homes. It's not that I don't buy. I bought one in March. It was built in 2003, but I'm also kind of on the age side. I'm going a little bit down. It was as long as it's a brick home and it's on slab, I'm still going to be okay. So yeah, that was attracted me because I really know the market. I really know what I can rent it for. I actually have people contact me in that area all the time because they know me or they give their friend my number to somebody. So I get at least 2 or 3 texts a month from that area where somebody's asking me, hey, do you have anything to rent right now?
Well, let's do more together.
Yeah.
Let's talk about war stories. This is my favorite part. I always want to learn from mistakes, stories, craziness, right? Give us your best war story of dead body, a tenant, or like a hurricane destroyed a property. Walk us through craziness.
Oh, so many.
Yeah, one part. Like no one talks about it.
Man, I bought once, me and the business partner, when we bought these apartment buildings, we bought one in Mississippi. And at the time, we were kind of, and I guess we were I wouldn't buy it today, but at the time we were like, because did really good with the ones we bought before, and we kind of felt like we got this. But the landlord, the guy who owned it, he was like, yeah, you cannot talk to the tenants. The tenants, they're kind of my friends, and I don't want them to get them nervous that I'm selling and whatsoever. And we thought it was very strange, but we're like, I don't know, maybe okay. But that should have been, if anybody ever tells you that, just walk. Okay, just walk. And it turned out that, he basically rented to anybody. And that was a 20-unit apartment building. And by the time we were done, we had 18 people. Either they moved out by themselves or we had to evict them. And there were stories all the time. With one time we got a call, one of the guys is like, the car shot onto the parking lot. One of the tenants there, a young kid, like 18 years, ran out with a machine gun in his head and jumped into the car, and they took off. So they probably went to on a drive-by or something, shooting. But it was kind of people, not all, but some lived in there. That same apartment building, it wasn't a flood zone, but it was like the least risk or something. Yeah, one day I get a video shot from one of the tenants. There was like a bayou, like canal behind it, and it was a hurricane, and that canal overflooded, and literally it was about 2 feet of water in it was like a townhome community, all the downstairs, 2 feet of water, literally that high, the water. So we had to replace all the drywall, flood mitigation whatsoever. So that thing took us a lot of headache and a lot of pain, and in the end I made like $20,000 on it. So we're challenging.
In no pro forma did you have no rental income to evict everybody for X amount of months, and then the cost to rehab all the units again on the bottom.
Yeah, I mean the good thing is insurance paid. Some of them had to be renovated. I mean, we renovated a whole bunch, so that sucked. The one we out already renovated, but some that were still had to be renovated, and so that helped. We got some of the insurance money to help them renovate it.
It takes time to get through the insurance.
But the insurance takes time. Renovating it takes time. And then we renovated, and it took some time to rent it up. And speaking of property manager didn't do a good job. And then we had squatters in it. So one time I walked in there, and I had a girl and a guy walk out who were squatting in it. So yeah, so a lot of bad stories about that one. That's probably it was not the worst investment I ever did, but it was the worst. Considering my time that I invested and the money I made, it probably was the worst.
Yeah, but now you never forget those memories. Now you know.
No. I mean, I don't forget those memories for sure. And some good lessons learned too. You know, I mean, I learned stuff. I know I will not make that mistake again.
That was worth a lot. So with the market, what is today? Are you a buyer? Are you a seller? Are you keep managing your portfolio? What are you doing right now?
I'm very selective. I mean, I'm in a different position than other investors start. I mean, I have about 50 rental properties, single family rental properties. So I'm not overly aggressive at this point. I'm also not selling a lot. It's just some of the challenges you go through. I'm in Fort Myers, so a third of my portfolio is here in this area, unfortunately, which was great. I mean, it's phenomenal growth and everything. I'm still bullish on the area in the long run. However, in 2022, 23, a lot of builders came in, big builders, and they're just overbuilding here or have overbuilt here, which really suppresses the prices and the rent. So I actually have to lower my rents now. So those are the challenges sometimes you encounter, where you do all the right things, you find the right area, and from 16 to 22, I mean, this thing was gangbusters, and I made a lot of money. My refinance whatsoever, so I'm not complaining. But as I did very well, the word gets up, not me personally, but there's others. Oh, well, there's a good opportunity. A lot of people moving there. There's a lot of rent growth, a lot of appreciation, and it just start building like crazy. And people still buy, still people move here, but it's just way more supply than demand now. So that's a little bit of a challenge. So those are the challenges. So I'm not doing anything in this area. I still, Mississippi, Alabama, I'm very bullish on that area. When I see a good opportunity, I jump on it. But when it comes to Southwest Florida, I'm a little bit more cautious right now.
And so you said Mississippi, Alabama, you were excited about. Any other markets that scare you?
Scare me?
Yeah, you want to stay away from?
I mean, I think it's just a general, I don't like big major cities. You know, I would never buy anything in New York, Denver, or Chicago. You know, I'm not a big fan of those kind of cities. Some of it because they're not landlord friendly. I like to go to places where you don't have that much competition. You know, I mean, there's certain cities like Atlanta, like a lot of people want to buy in Atlanta this, Atlanta that. I would never buy there. Not that it's per se a bad investment, but it's just, there's so many other investors. There's so much noise. There's so many different things. There's so many different neighborhoods you have to understand and ins and outs. And I like to go to where there's less resistance, less competition. I mean, nowadays there's competition everywhere. It's just there's some places there's more and some there's less.
Final question. You ready?
Yes.
All right. If you were starting again and you have $50K in your bank account, but you had all the experience that you have now, how do you invest your first $50K with the life lessons you already learned? How do you start again if you only have $50K?
That's a good question. I would flip a house. You know, I would find a really good, and this is what I did in the beginning too. I was flipping a lot of houses, not a lot, but I was flipping 2, 3, 4 houses a year. But then I was consistent, like I said earlier. Okay, I made $30,000, I made $40,000 on the flip. Okay, that's my down payment for the next house. I would probably take that and find a really good deal, try to flip it, create some more equity, and then from that buy 2, 3 houses, or buy a house that let's say you get another $20,000, $30,000. So now you got $70,000, $80,000. You can buy 2 houses that need a lot of work. You fix them up, but instead of selling them, you turn them into rentals, and then you refinance them and take that cash and basically recycle that cash. You should be able to, from that recycled cash, you should be able to buy another 1 or 2 properties, and now you're building the cash flow. So I think initially I would try to flip a house to just build some more equity, and then use that to buy 2 properties that need work. Do the same thing with the fixing, but then instead of selling, turn them into rentals.
Love it. As Marco, I really appreciate the time. Love that you were so vulnerable and real, right? Like no one gets the real stories. They get the fluffy Instagram look, right? So I love just experience sharing and learning, and yeah, we should do this more often.
Yeah, no, it was great. Great talking to you. Great. I enjoyed it a lot.
Hey man, we'll talk. Bye.